Hey, it's Sammy Romano with Chag Sporting Goods, here at Chag Sporting Goods with Dennis from Z-Man Fishing. We'd like to talk to you about a few products that Z-Man will be presenting at the 10th annual Chag's Tent Sale this week, starting with Guide Night tomorrow night, Wednesday, April 4th. What do you have for us, Dennis?
So first I want to talk about Elastec. Elastec is the plastic that we use in our products. It's proprietary. You're not going to find it anywhere else on the market. The great thing about this is it's 10 times tougher than any other plastic on the market. You can literally take this 5-inch pop shads and stretch it out, beat it. You can catch literally 100 fish on this one piece of plastic. So that's one of the things that make us special. You're not constantly taking your baits off, putting new baits on every other fish. So with that being, one of the cool things about Elastec is that it floats. So with being able to do that, you can actually make a floating topwater bait. So right here I have our pop shads. This product right here comes in a pack of 3. And the cool thing is you can rig it multiple ways. You can rig it traditionally with a 5/0, 7/0 EWG, which makes it completely weedless. You can throw it on top of the grass in the duck ponds, catching redfish, no issues at all getting hung up. Or if you fish in open water, you can rig it with a treble hook. That way, there's a lot of times in open water the fish come up and they slash at the bait, so you've got much better hookup rate. So that's the pop shad. So it floats, it's tough, you can catch a ton of fish on it.
That thing looks like it would be deadly.
It is deadly. It's absolutely deadly. You've got that cup face, so when you pop it, you're getting that splash of water. It's really noisy. It comes in a 4-inch and a 5-inch. These are the 5-inch. Next thing I want to talk about is our Easy Shrimps. So our Easy Shrimps are it's basically just a pre-rigged shrimp. You've got the weighted keel on the bottom. You can also cut these off if you want to adjust the weight, where you want it to float. But once again, this is a floating plastic. So when it goes down to the bottom, it's not going to lay on the side like some of the other competitors. It's going to float, and its tail is going to stick up in the air. It's going to look a lot more realistic than some of the other ones out in the market. But it comes with this pre-rigged mustad hook with the weighted keel.
So it looks like that would be good under a cork for trout, or you could sight fish redfish with it because it lands upright.
Absolutely. Either way, you can rig this weedless if you wanted to, or you can fish it under cork, whatever works best for you.
Very cool.
Next thing I want to talk about is our trout trick. So the trout trick is something that we released a few years ago. Once again, Elastec, super tough, which is important for trout fishing, because if you're fishing under the birds and you're getting hammered by 25, 30 speckled trout, I mean, you can fish all day with this one plastic without having to change it up. Paired up with our Trout Eyes jig head. Cool thing about this is how large the eye is. The fish will go for the eye, so it makes it a little bit different than anything else out in the market. But when you see it in the water column, it's going to float just like this, tail up, and it's not going to, tail's not going to sink down to the bottom and look lifeless.
Sounds like we need to make radial tires out of Elastec.
Well, exactly. Last thing I want to talk about, there's been a lot of hype about it. It's the jackhammer. The jackhammer is our new chatterbait. It was released last year at the Classic, and Brett Height absolutely smashed the fish on it, and it's really starting to blow up down here. It's a really cool bait. It fishes completely differently from the original chatterbait or our Project Z or our Freedom. It's a much more aggressive fishing, swimming bait. It hunts a lot more. It's got our decoy snap on the front, double trailer keeper, got my Katsu hook, hand-tied skirt. So it's just a much more, it's a higher quality lure, and it literally works. There's no hype about it. It's not fake. This thing really does work. And when it's paired with our razor shad as a trailer, this thing, it's hammer. It is absolute hammer.
A buddy of mine was fishing that this past weekend and caught, I think, 90 bass on it.
90 bass, yep.
But it would also be good for redfish, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, especially using a razor shad or one of our diesel minnows. 2 weeks ago I was in Buras and I was smashing the bull reds with it.
No kidding.
And it was holding up to big bull reds without a problem.
Does the blade actually bang the head?
Yes.
When you're reeling it?
So when you're reeling it, that's what creates all that sound and vibration, is the blade actually strikes the head. And you'll notice you'll lose some paint on the head after a few trips, but that's because it's working. That's where you get your action from.
That's what Johnny said. He said he outfished his partner 8 fish to 1 before his partner tied one on. His partner was throwing the original chatterbait,
Yep.
and he was throwing the new one.
The
jackhammer.
The jackhammer it's the real deal. It's not just a bunch of marketing and hype. It really works.
Awesome. And we're going to have them on special for the sale.
Yep, we'll have them on special along with all the other Z-Man products. We'll have a lot of stuff.
Yes, I appreciate it, and
Thank
we'll
you
be
for having me.
here the next 4 days. Come see us at Chag's 10th annual Guide VIP night on Wednesday night, 6 to 10, or at our 10th annual tent sale, which will be Thursday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. here at Chag's, 4740 Veterans Boulevard, Metairie, Louisiana.